we got something a little different. I'll just show you. You could probably see on the title exactly where it is, and that's why you clicked on the fucking video. But yeah. Oh yeah, and tell me, which do you prefer? Do you prefer this text or this text? I don't know which one I'm leaning towards. But yeah, we have customizable controls, and it actually does work, which I'm fucking pleased about. So you can't see obviously what I'm pressing or what I'm doing, but it is working. I still need to add a fucking pause menu in. I can't believe it's taken me this long and I've still forgotten. But yeah, I haven't got it to save yet, but that's what I was gonna do because I was working on it, thinking I was recording, and you know I was going for a good hour and a half, um, but it didn't record, so I'm a little bit pissed at that. But that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So what happened? All I did was I created some new menu buttons like the options, controls, back, and save. Save's not in there yet, but back is. Um, yeah, that's when I realized I wasn't recording. I created a button control, which is just saying please select a key or press escape to cancel, and a fade. That's all I've added. And the reason it took me so long is because I was working it out as I went along as well. So I haven't done this before, uh, and it's completely new to me. So right, let's get into it. Right, so once you've created the buttons, options, and controls, back and save work exactly the same. We'll get into back and save a little bit later. Button is whatever you want a button to look like. That's going to hold your character. That part. Shut up, stop. And just create one of them. Don't create buttons for each individual letter of the alphabet. That'll get fucking ridiculous. All it is the outline. We will fill in the letter later on. Yeah, so just create the outline of the button. Like those are my two because I love green and purple, even though some people say it's pink. And then obviously create that, and fade. Fade, you don't have to actually have it fade in. Mine is just a single block of faded, slightly opaque. To get this shade of opaque, I had to go to 210 opacity instead of 255. 255 is fucking ridiculous. And make it the size of your room, your controls room. Unless you're using a view inside your controls room, in which case set it to the size of your view. If that makes sense. Yeah, let's go to options. I'm gonna have sound in here. I've already got the room for it, but I haven't got the button or the sliders or the music or anything at the moment to go into sound, so I'm leaving it. But controls, this is where everything's going. So yeah, that's what our room's gonna look like when you're done. Except there's gonna be a big save button here that'll save the controls that you've inputted. Hopefully. Right, so we can close sprites once you've done that. Yeah, and then we go into options, controls, and right. This is the code. All of it. All the code is kept within the key itself, key control, and object fade. Although object fade is it's just there. Its only code is if key control is there. If key control is no longer active, destroy yourself. That's all that's used for. You can ignore that completely if you want. You can throw that out the fucking window if you don't want to have that fade effect. Like I'll just show you, demonstrate it really quick. Come on, you motherfucking cunt. Oh, it takes ages to load. Oh, doesn't it just? Yeah, the fade effect, so all the background fades out, and you can't interact. Well, we gotta fix that shit, don't we? I hadn't tested that part. But yeah, creating it. We're setting image speed to 0, pressed to 0, and then we've added these two new variables. Couldn't think of the word then. Key, which is equal to global.key. Oh yeah, I forgot. Initialize. In the initialize room, instead of just having room go to next, we've actually got these now, and I'm just going to add global dot clicked and set that to equal 0. Left, I'll just go like that is A, like 68 equals A, uh, that equals W, that equals D, and that equals S. 83 is S, that's 83 for S, 68 for D, 87 for W, and 65 for A, if you want to use that. I don't think it's possible to save that as keyboard check odd A if you want to have it if you want to have the player change it. Like, you have to set it as an ASCII value. I'll set that. I'll write that here. Must be ASCII value. For the arrow keys, it's a little bit odd. It's something like you have to use percentage and open bracket and something like one sec, let me shade it out. And I don't know which one is which, so don't ask me. I think it's like an apostrophe, a percentage, ampersand, and open bracket. I don't know which one's which. That's why I'm not using it. I just know that it's WASD. And that could be wrong right there. That's just what I think it is. You might want to look it up first. It should be somewhere on the internet. But yeah, so yeah, that's all of that. Key down. Let's focus on key down. And we can get rid of just clicked, since we're making global.click, because I want to fix that error. So we just got a regular old button, but we're adding this little key equals global.keydown. And in step, it's a regular button again, except this time, instead of adding a room in this section, one sec, global, right, instead of like, if I open up the play button, and I go into this step event, and we put them side by side, ignore my games, the only difference is, here it says room go to play, but here it's this massive lump of code, and then we added this underneath it to, if you're not having fade, ignore this. If you don't want any fade, no fade, question mark, ignore this. I don't know how you spell ignore. I think that's right. Yeah. If global dot clicked equals 0, global dot clicked equals 1, and that's gonna fix the error where you could click multiple buttons and essentially ruin the fade effect. So yeah. So now, all it is, if instance doesn't exist, key control, that's what we're using to set the variable. I can close this now. And that. Right, so if it doesn't exist, var a, you can name that anything. You could name that Jesus if you wanted to. I just named it a because it's easy. Instance create x, y, obj keyboard control. Or if you want, I'll just show you on mine again. It's just so much easier to show you instead of trying to describe it. On mine, mine shows up like that because its origin is dead center, so it's starting by there. But say no, you wanted an entire screen-sized thing with text written all over it saying, please select your key. If you want to select the key to be this, press this button, or wherever, blah blah blah, holy shit, whatever the fuck. But I've just got it, so it's very small, so I'm just localizing it over the button. You really do have to play around with origins and how you want it to look to give it that feeling of, yeah, I want it like that. Yeah, and we're just setting that to A so that we can change one of the values, one of the variables inside of this here. So we're creating it, and it's being created at the end of this frame. It'll go A purpose, oh no, it gets created right there, halfway through the frame, and then it just reads that straight away. And it goes A dot purpose, this instant key control is being called A for now, so the purpose is down. And in here we're just creating fade. If you're not having fade, again, ignore that. And yeah, this is quite a bit. I should really close that. Right, so then we're creating a new var. It's called new key. You can name it whatever you want. You can name it, again, Jesus. And it has to equal keyboard underscore key. Keyboard key is a way of saying what button is being pressed, or what buttons are being pressed right now, or what is the latest button to be pressed. It does, and you don't really do much with that. You can have like if keyboard key equals odd A or whatever like that. It's just a harder way of doing it. It's mainly used for stuff like this if you just want to check what value it is so that you can change a variable. And then you go if new key, if it's not equal to escape, because we don't want it to be escape, because escape is our pause key and nothing is going to change that. Although if you wanted to change pause, like I'm not going to, you could put your global dot pause key and it would work exactly the same, so long as your global dot pause key is a different value to whatever you want to put. But mine's just going to be vk underscore escape, because I'm going to make sure that everybody has to use escape to click on shit, to pause. And this is where the purpose comes in handy. Do you know that thing that we did? Yeah. And I just realized I put instance destroy in all of these. Don't need them in all of these. Yeah. Just need it. But yeah. Right. So the purpose of the thing. Very descriptive, I know. Yeah, but see, we set purpose to down here, and that's because we're working on the key down. Yeah, so it's going to be like, oh, what button's being pressed? Okay, it was S. Let's say we pressed S. Oh, S was pressed. Is that equal to escape? No. Okay, then, wait. Which button are we working with? Is it up? Nah, it's not up, leave it. Is it right? Nah, fuck it. Is it down? Yeah, fucking is down. Okay, object key down, dot key. We use that somewhere. I don't actually think we do use that. Or did I get rid of that? No, I use it here. Yeah, we use key in the draw event. I'll get to that later. You're setting key to equal new key and global dot key down to equal new key, because, oh, say no, you're doing it for the left key, then it's global dot left, global dot key left, global dot key right. Whatever key you're changing, we make sure you change the purpose. And I'm only going to describe the key down because all the rest are the same. The only thing that changes is that. I could show you the draw events. They're all exactly the same. But we're just working with key down because that's the one at the top of my list. And it's raining. I don't know if you can hear it. I can. It's fucking driving me insane. But yeah. Yeah, so once it's said, right, okay. Key down is our last key. Okay, we've set key down to equal the new key pressed. We've set global dot key down to be the new key pressed. Break. Let's break out of this switch and just skip to the next part. Instance destroy. Fuck yes, sorted. Let's get rid of this bitch. And thus getting rid of key control. That's all it's used for. Switching, the key control is what changes the button that you press. And then you click instance destroy, because naturally instance destroy, you want to get rid of it. You don't want to have to keep on changing that button over and over and over until you eventually press escape. And if they do happen to just press escape, or your pause button, if you want to make it like that, else instance destroy. You're getting rid of it. You don't want anything to change, so you're destroying it, sort of thing, you know? So, yeah, fade, set it to depth -1 if you're having it. I only put it in so that you could see more clearly what what button you're changing. I think it's a nice feature to have. But yeah. Right, so now we've gone through all of that shit, and we got global dot clicked. We're setting that to 1 from 0, if it is 0 anyway. And then we're just creating a depth is how you decide what's in front of what. The lower the depth, the further in front it is. The further forward. So the lower the number, the closer to your face it is. And I put my hands to my face, so I don't know if that created an awful sound or what. But yeah. And now I can just go like that. And that's all there is to that, okay? That's that. Again, I should really close that, but I don't know if it'll fuck up my recording, because that's what I did last time. Now we come to the draw event, where it's saying, right, what are we putting on your shit? Oh, and I just had an idea. Bollocks. If you want to check to see what, I'll just get up the fucking oorahs for you. That made no sense, but it doesn't need to, because why the fuck would it? I'm just gonna go over here now, do that star sign. What am I doing, you might ask? I don't fucking know at the moment. And that one's percentage. Yeah, if you want to check to see what it is. Yeah, bollocks. Okay, huh. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. Like that, I think it should be. And then we can close that and open it back up. What the fuck? Oh, well, I can't show you, I'm sorry. But I was gonna show you what the keys are for it. Tell you what, I'll stop recording now, I'll come back and I'll have them written down for you. And you can see them in a minute. Bonjour! No, joking. Hi, I'm back. These are them. Percentage is 37, and that's left. Ampersand is 38, and that's up. Apostrophe is 39, and that's right. And open bracket is 40, and that's down. Remember, these are the values that you want to put in here, but these are what it displays as, unless you have this draw code here saying don't. We want it to be a certain way. We want it to look. We want it to have characters, sort of thing. And say no, I didn't want that to say right. I wanted it to say fight. And left, I wanted to say dicks. Just go like that. Don't know why you'd want to. I'm not a math magician. Ignore me. Just, what are you doing here in the first place? What are you doing watching it for like half an hour anyway? Fucking mad though. I don't know which ones I changed. Right is right. I don't know what I changed. Oh yeah. For, if you press right on down... Sorry, let me just... So, whatever you change them to, that's what it'll show up as. But because it's down by default, and I doubt you're going to be wanting to press right or left for the down button, then it's fine. And I am going to need to make these bigger, because like if I press spacebar, it's hanging off both sides, just like as if I press dicks or down. So, you know, it's all about trial and error and how big these things are. At the moment, these are 64 by 64. But yeah, let's get back into the coding, shall we? Right, so you're drawing yourself. That's itself drawing the box. Whenever you have something to do with the draw event, but you still want the sprite to show, that has to be the first thing you fucking draw. Next, you're setting the font. Mine is font PR because the font I'm using is called Poor Richard. I think it looks nice, and that's what I'm using for the options and the controls and all that. And I think I'm gonna keep it. And then you want to set the H line, so naturally center. You don't want it hanging off the left hand side or the right hand side of the screen, because that's where it'll go to. Draw set, V line middle, because you want it dead fucking center of that box. If pressed, uh, pressed, what's pressed? We use pressed somewhere, don't we? Here, yeah. So yeah, that's if it's clicked. For fuck's sake, I clicked the wrong button. Options, controls, down, draw. Yeah, pressed. So if it's being clicked on, draw set, color, green, because then the background turns purple and the green writing stands out. So that's uh, when it's being clicked. That's when it's just idle. Nothing's happening to it. You have loads of sea different colors. You have like sea aqua, black, blue, dark, grey, fuchsia, 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 grey, green, lime, light grey, maroon, navy, olive, orange, purple, red, silver, teal, white, yellow. This was green, right? Yeah. Yeah. And that's just it. That is essentially doing your own buttons. But we haven't saved it. What? Why? Because I forgot that's what we needed to do. Shit. Right, so we gotta create a new button. I'm just gonna duplicate back button. That's what I do. I'm very lazy. And this one's gonna be called save. But it's gonna have an O on the end. No, a C. Let's just write the word controls. And because we don't want it to do any room controls or anything, we quite literally just want it to save. We do script underscore execute open bracket scr and then save con. That's what I'm naming this save configuration. Right, so now that button's being created, we can just slap that in this room like the whore that it is. Menu, save controls, save, and yeah, how many? Yeah, it's 2 boxes in the middle. That's where that one fits perfectly down and has half on either side. See? I've got good layout. Layout? Fucking amazing. I got good speech. Make sure you change the fucking sprite because I forgot and I wouldn't have realised unless I just went into the room and saw. But yeah, we're done there. Now we create a sprite. Sprite script. And it's called scr save con. Well, whatever you put in the save button, put in here. And we're gonna do something. I'm gonna cheat here because I've already got like hundreds of these saves. Just gonna copy that into there. Oh shit, it didn't work. Oh, fucking undo. Stop being a bash. And then I can go like that. Save that one. And then get rid of it. We don't need that. Right, so I'm gonna call that save con. File delete. Save con. In the open file save con. We don't need that. Oh shit, I forgot how you save it. We can just call controls. Because even though this is gonna be the save for the controls, it's also gonna be the save that we use for the sound. So instead of sound, it's gonna be, you know, sound. Up, right, down. And then, last of all, left. And here we have global dot key up and then we can just copy that global.key part and just highlight all, highlight all, highlight all, left, down, and right. And there we go. That is it, I think. I don't actually know. Oh shit, I forgot I gotta load up this one. We can just call that SCR load con. File exists, do this. Yeah, awesome. Yay! And then be here you just quite literally key up, key down, because that's at the bottom, that should be left. I like to load them in the order that I saved them. You don't have to. It's personal preference through and through. And I want them all in line with each other because fuck you. Yeah, that was then controls. That was then left. And we want to set that to the default value that we put in here. Left is 65. And then we can just copy that all the way to the equals and just boom, boom, boom. And then we got key down, which is not 65. Key down is 83. Then the one next to that, which was right is 68. And then we got up, which is 87. Let me just up and right. And now we need to delete that one. Press tab on that one again. On here we just go up and right. There we go. And then we can get rid of that because that would just break it, because we don't have a loaded room. Awesome. Right, now we go into room initialize. We open up that and we run the load script. Script underscore execute. Amazing. SCR load con. And that should, hopefully, theoretically, work. I hope. I pray. I forgot to add the save button. No, I didn't. Fuck yeah. K, J. I pressed the wrong button. And then we click save. Back. Exit. Hopefully. I pray to the high heavens that it worked. Yes, it did. And now we can go back. Oof, fucking. Sorry, I've been saying black a lot because I'm thinking of changing my name to Matt Black instead of Matt John. But yeah. And it works. And now WASD no longer works, but IJK and L does. And if you ever want to change like say now you want to change it, but you don't want to have to go into the game to do it. There's always the run command. Go here, type up run, %appdata%, then you go to your local, you find what the game's name, mine's called the top-down-ish game or something, yeah, top-down-ish game, and then it's there. You can open that with Notepad++, which you can get online for free. I would highly recommend it, it's amazing. No, I don't want to update. And yeah. But why is it changed? Oh yeah, because that's IJKL. Must be. Say now you wanted to change it back to normal, then you can just do do that here if you know what they are, but I don't, because I'm a dum-dum, and I should really remember them by now. Left, 65, down, 83, right, 68, and then 87. It always saves here in the opposite fashion. So say now, mine's saved up, right, down, left, go here, left, down, right, up. It reverses it. Don't know why. Doesn't really make a difference, so long as it's saved. And you can use that method to modify saves on GameMaker games that use ini files, but don't tell anyone I told you, because if they don't encrypt the save, like I will, but you know, it's easy for debug to not do it. Yeah. I didn't click save on the thing, so naturally it didn't fucking work. And yeah, now we click save, and now we can go back, and there we go. And there we have 100% working control system, where you can modify your own controls. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been a long ass video. I was gonna do more, but I just realized that I've gotta go. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for joining me. Bye. Bye.